Just a heads up, due to the nature of this subreddit, some of the content might be upsetting for some viewers. Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of r/Am I the Butthole? Just be aware that in this one there's going to be a little bit of discussion of quite heavy topics, so viewer discretion is advised, but if you're going to stick around, I hope you enjoy the episode. Am I the butthole for running away when my fiancé got in touch with my mother? I have a narcissistic mother. No, I am not misusing the word. She had me when she was really young and hated me. She put me through a ton of physical crap. I still bear scars from that time in my life, physical and mental. I ran away when I was 14, I was homeless until I was 19, I kept doing odd jobs and saving money and kept going as far as I could. I got a stable job when I was 19 and finally got my GED. I attended community college when I met Jack. He is one of the best things of my life. He has a big family who had no problem accepting me as their own. I finally graduated last year and I am having a job that I love with good pay and good benefits. I finally started going to therapy. His family is very close-knit and they always forgive each other because they are family. That mentality works for them because their family is genuinely nice and love each other. Jack and his mum know about my past, in graphic detail. They were disgusted and supported and loved me. I am now 25 and engaged. A few weeks ago, I found out that I am pregnant. 5 weeks then, 8 weeks now. Me and Jack were ecstatic, but however, the same day we told his parents, he tracked down my mother and called her. He told me the next day that she was flying in the following weekend. I was furious. I told him he had no right, but he was adamant that she was family, and though what she did was disgusting, it's been years and I need to try to forgive her. She is the only family I have, and I need to at least try for the sake of our child. He told me that she sounded lovely over the phone. I scoffed and called bollocks. She acts like she is perfect all the time and then gaslights me. That isn't something new. I immediately packed my office bag and luggage and drove over to the next city. I turned off my phone. He is trying to contact me through my work mail, which I have ignored. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided what to do about the baby, and I haven't decided if I want to go back. She knows where I live. Even if me and Jack decide to move, she will know where his family is. I've tried all my life to run away from her, and Jack brought her to my doorstep. I am honestly considering getting a transfer at work, an abortion, and just running away. I still haven't even given him a chance to talk to me since that night. Am I the butthole? I have to admit, this is one of the worst Am I the Buttholes that I've actually read. This was one that I found genuinely quite heartbreaking. Because it's kind of like, you know in the Saw movies where there's that one person that got out before and now they're trapped in Jigsaw's puzzle again? It's like that, but real life. Of course, the OP in this case is not the butthole, that is entirely her partner, because her partner should really be aware that his relationship with his family and the love that they share is nothing remotely like what she's gone through. If I am to be completely honest, of course I know that we're just seeing this situation. I am not Dr. Phil, and I'm not going to pretend to be some, money-guzzling Texan that profits off of the mental health of the masses. However, I think that she should get away from this guy, like, straight up, because he has proven that he does not give a damn about her trauma. He does not give a damn about her boundaries. He does not give a damn about the fact that she does not consent to her mother being in her life again. Not only that, but he started to victim blame her, saying, oh, well, she didn't sound too bad on the phone. As if abusers come out going, well, I'm a nasty abuser and you screw you. Of course they don't want to seem that way. That's how they get away with the abuse. For him to know all of the pain that his partner has gone through, and then without her consent, suddenly contacts the mother and say, well, it's been a long time, as if the past trauma doesn't matter. And let's say, for sake of argument, it had been a long time and she had changed and she had seen the error of her ways and she wanted a relationship with her daughter again and she was never ever going to be abusive again. Just for sake of freaking argument, it doesn't matter. it really doesn't matter if she's changed, because the fact of the matter is that the daughter does not want to see her anymore. That the trauma that was caused is enough for her to want to be full no contact, and that in itself is valid. And the fact that the partner did not respect that, major red flag. What if you are attacked by somebody who happens to be his friend, and then you see them having a drink together at the bar and he's going, oh, well, I don't think it was that bad. There's a trend. Essentially, while he may have seemed disgusted before, I really don't think he's taken her trauma as seriously as he should. I don't think that if he's willing to violate her consent on something that's that sensitive, that would cause that much pain, how is he going to respect her in any other way in her life? I can't see this guy being a good partner at all. When it comes to being a good father, even less so, because is he going to take his kids seriously when they come forwards with trauma? It's a very, very sad situation. I know that this is supposed to be a comedy channel, and there's very little that I can do to make this one funny, which is why I put it first. Hopefully there's going to be a little bit of comic relief after this. As for whether or not she did keep the baby or not, it's completely up to her. It's a very, very painful situation for everyone involved, and yeah, well, especially her. This is just so awful. I think that transferring, moving away, and all of that is a good idea, even though it is incredibly stressful, and quite frankly, she shouldn't have to do all of that in the first place. Am I the butthole for telling my mother-in-law to stay in a hotel room after she put human feces on my kitchen table? I have had an ongoing issue with my mother-in-law, as most women do these days. My father-in-law got sick and passed away a few months ago, and she has been staying with us while she figures out how to move on with her life and make arrangements and so on and so forth. As much as I feel sorry for her loss, she uses this as an excuse to berate others, insult my kids, and just be an all-round slob without repercussions. The other day, she clogged our toilet. Now, we asked that she share a toilet with our kids because we have a small house with only 2 bathrooms. I would consider that a big house, but okay. And my husband and I don't want anyone coming into our master bedroom to use our bathroom. She has been stubborn about this and keeps barging into our bathroom to use our toilet at all hours of the day and night. We've had to start locking and barricading our door because she will try ramming her shoulder into it to force it open to enter our bedroom and walk into our bathroom. Obviously, we want our privacy and told her to stop repeatedly. The other day, she used our toilet and clogged it. I asked her to use the plunger next to it and fix it because that's gross and I shouldn't have to do that. She used the plunger but cursed at me the whole time and called me a lazy housewife. I work from home, I pay 80% of the bills while my husband does gig work right now. Anyways, after a few more incidents of her clogging our toilet, perhaps on purpose, one day she clogged it up real bad and I could smell it from the hall. I said, please unclog our toilet. She gave me a smirk and went into the room and I thought she was fixing it. I go to the garage to put away some stuff and come back into my house and her feces is on our table. She told me that if I was so interested in her bathroom habit, she would put it on display for me. At that point, I was so disgusted I felt like I would throw up. So I grabbed her stuff on the couch she had been sleeping on and literally threw it outside and told her to leave. I was not joking. As soon as she stepped outside, I locked the door and called my husband and said she could not come back. My husband said I overreacted, and many other relatives have posted on Facebook that I am a monster who kicked out a widow, but the woman put human feces on my table just to spite me. My husband also refused to kiss me or hug me and has been giving me the cold shoulder. My kids are too young to understand and think I'm a monster who kicks out their gammy. Reddit, am I the butthole or am I in the right here? Before I give my standard commentary, I thought I'd just read out a comment that I just saw. So somebody was asking, is she of sound mind if she's putting human feces on a table? And somebody had a very interesting reply to that. Yes, she is of sound mind. She smirked at OP before she did it, then explained to her why she did it, both of which have her exhibiting premeditation and understanding. That's not senility, that's just cruelty. The fact that this wretched woman will literally use her shoulder to smash through a barricaded door means she is deliberately trying to cause conflict in their home and their marriage and deliberately stomping OP's boundaries as a childish little power grab. OP's husband is an enabling idiot who doesn't have the balls to stand up to his own mother's abusive behaviour. Making someone else clean up your poo deliberately like that is dehumanising behaviour, and it's disgusting that OP's husband thinks it's okay for her to be treated with such blatant disrespect like that. OP, you're not the butthole. Your husband could be mad at you all he likes, but you've shut your door on her, and no means no. This is a non-negotiable situation, and just explain to him that there is no bargaining room anymore and she's no longer welcome. As you've said, you've had ongoing issues with her. She can't undo what she's done, and she's gone too far. Your children cannot be raised in a home where they're watching their mother being treated like that. And if you and your husband concede and give her another chance, she'll just take it as permission to keep mistreating you, and things will only get worse. Now, I don't normally read out a comment when I go through these, but I felt like that really did sum up so many of the issues with this mother-in-law's behaviour. I mean, it isn't too surprising that I'm gonna judge not the butthole, and I really don't know how anybody can believe that she is. First of all, there are just so many health risks that could come in terms of kitchen tables and human feces. For example, the E. coli bug, gastroenteritis, all of these conditions come from when somebody ingests bacteria that come from poo. And the thing is that OP was not being remotely inconsiderate with her boundaries either. She was just saying things like, can you use this bathroom because this one is in mine and my husband's bedroom and we want to keep it for us, so we would like some privacy. Like, she was, like, not respecting physical boundaries as well as, like, the emotional ones. Like, literally a barricaded locked door she did not respect. If you clog a toilet, I mean, it's only, unless you are disabled, unless there's something that is physically stopping you from being able to do it, because, you know, like, some people need help, and that's totally fine. But if you were the one to clog the toilet, then it really should be on you to sort out what you did, you know? And if she was willing to just freaking grab a bag and, like, pick up her own poo as if she was a dog from the toilet and put it on the kitchen table, clearly she hasn't got an issue with engaging with the poo. So the idea that she couldn't sort out the clog herself, I think, is just a load of bollocks at this point. It's incredibly abusive. She seems like a very, very abusive person. She's definitely using her new status as a widow to try and get away with her abuse. And I'll say this, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Yes, people that have gone through trauma definitely do deserve help and a way to get through that. However, it does not excuse abuse. I recently actually had a hell of a lot of abuse come from somebody who decided to blame it on a mental health issue that they had, and they even said that they knew that they were being unreasonable but didn't care. You know, these things, it's very difficult because, you know, the problem with trauma and the problem with abuse as well. I mean, I'm just talking about her being recently bereaved as well, sorry. We don't actually know what happened to the mother-in-law before. But either way, like, no matter what has happened, no matter what crap she's been through, she definitely does. It doesn't excuse putting poo on the table, I'm sorry, but that was just, she, you know, the mother-in-law was already breaking so many boundaries, like, before that would have been enough to say, right, we need to, like, get rid of her. But then to do that, in the kitchen table, where people eat, where food is prepared, around children who could get very sick. There is nothing about that behaviour that is remotely excusable. The fact that the husband is siding with his mother is really, really grim, especially when the kids are being raised in that environment. At this point, I'd say don't just get rid of the mother-in-law, get rid of the husband as well, because he's doing absolutely no good for you. You might have seen on my page that I now have a Patreon. So for just £2, you will get exclusive access to my blooper reel with unseen bits that I haven't yet posted on this channel. And at the highest tier, you will get your name in credits at the end of my videos. Bearing in mind that I post a video 5 times a week, that's a lot of videos you're going to get your name in credits on. If not, a little like and a subscribe on my channel help a lot. Well, that's it for this episode of r/am I the Butthole. What gets me about this subreddit is that there are so many different ways that people have been tricked into thinking that they've done something wrong. when a lot of the time they're just acting as a normal human being would. I don't know, do you think some people are unreasonable? Let me know in the comments. And as I say at the end of every episode, if you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit or would like to hear from any other subreddit, then do let me know in the comments. And until then, I'll see you all next time.